Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much, DG for Education. Ladies and gentlemen, as you perhaps know, literacy prizes have existed since 1967. And overall, we've had about 512 NGO initiatives and projects and government projects that have received this moral and financial support. As we have just seen today, the state of education around the world has changed a lot recently. But the fact remains that the obstacles criticized by UNESCO are still there. So 1 adult in 7 around the world does not have the necessary basic numeracy and literary skills. That's 763 million people around the world, 2/3 of whom are women. In 2022, 72% of 10-year-old children in low and medium income countries couldn't read or understand a simple text. And the problems got worse because in 2019, the number was 57%. One further stat that informs us, 30% of the 15 to 24-year-olds in areas of conflict or disaster lack reading and writing skills. So it's against that background that the jury nominated by the UNESCO DG for 2 years selects the prize winners here. So if you could step up, Miss Jenny.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace upon you all. That's how we say it in Arabic. I'd like to start by thanking the jury members. And I'm going to name them one by one. Yidan Wang from China, Dong Yun Lee from Korea, Mamba Silitso from Botswana, and John Bensman from Australia. They have been fantastic colleagues, and together we have learned and shared, and we have tested the pulse of the world when we review all these applications that come forward. So thank you for applying, and congratulations to the winners. But I also want to thank UNESCO staff who are in the background, who have been supporting us in our endeavor, and UNESCO itself as an organization, and the sponsors of the award, both the government of Korea and China, for being bold and courageous in supporting innovation and diversity, reimagining what is a learner, reimagining what is an instructor teacher, and reimagining the spaces. And this year's theme is about transforming a world and understanding how it can become more peaceful. Read, which is Iqra, is the first word that was revealed in the Quran. And it doesn't mean just to unpack the letters to create a word. It actually means reading to reflect, reading to learn, reading to change. And that's the kind of reading we need so that we can bring about a better future for our children and that of humanity. We face multiple challenges today. I see them not as challenges, actually. I'm an optimist. I see them as opportunities in disguise. The first one is that we want to tackle the Sustainable Development Goals, and tackling the Sustainable Development Goals is a complex matter because they are all intertwined and interdependent. However, education is key to all of them. That is why the UN held the first ever Transforming Education Summit last year at the United Nations General Assembly, exploring what must be done. And the result was a framework of education that emphasized learning to learn, learning to live together, learning to do, and learning to be. Second is the pandemic, war, natural disasters that have shown us that the old ways don't work anymore, and that to go forward, we must change how we do things. This requires a paradigm shift. The excuses in the past do not hold anymore, as the pandemic has proven that nothing is impossible. If we can dream it, then it's possible. And so that means we need to, this paradigm shifts makes us change not just the frameworks, but even the terms we use and the definitions we use. Because if we change the terms, we can then change how we think. And bringing in the voice of other civilizations and the terminology from other civilizations, as was alluded to earlier this morning. Thirdly, the advancement of AI and ChatGPT has forced us to rethink what does education mean and what is the needs of it, and how can we use AI as a tool to reframe education in the 21st century. So how do we move forward from where we are today? 3 points. We must foster a mindset of I can, based on trust in proximate leaders, local people who know better the challenges and solutions that will work. I cite here, or share with you, Catalyst 2030, which is a network of social entrepreneurs on the ground that has produced a report showcasing how that can work. You, the UNESCO winners, are the role models and exemplars of this approach, being local and grassroots. And all the applicants as well, by the way, we must not underestimate the ones that applied, and even if they did not win, they are all winners. You have seized the opportunity and believed in yourselves, and that nothing is impossible. Second, each human is unique. I'm a biologist. Because everybody's DNA is different from anyone else that has ever lived, that lives today, that will ever come to be in the future. And because of that, you have something special to give to the world. And we need this diversity to survive as a species. Thirdly, we evolved to be social creatures. Human-human interaction is fundamental to our survival. And that we must never lose sight of that, even with artificial intelligence. This will guide us how to focus and use AI as a tool to enhance and increase human-human interaction. Lastly, as was mentioned, We Love Reading, my program, was the winner of the UNESCO King Sejong Award in 2017. We Love Reading is about changing mindsets through reading to nurture change makers. We have spread to 65 countries around the world, and we're still strong and running. We have a holistic grassroots approach that is evidence-based. Now, I'm going to share with you what I have learned since then, especially for the awardees, what to do next. First, connect and network. Join others like you to be inspired and to find peers and mentors. Reach out to everybody in this room. Don't leave without grabbing everybody's hand and exchanging cards, and follow up immediately. Join the Catalyst 2030 network, which is a network of social entrepreneurs who are doers on the ground. Second, listen, learn, and read, and use research and data to have evidence to back up your work and for you to learn better how to make your work better. And don't ever forget to be rooted in local culture, because they know best. Thirdly, remember, nothing is impossible. If you can dream it, then it is real, and you are the proof of your dreams that have come true. To the audience, in science, we have a theory called the chaos theory. It's the butterfly effect. When a butterfly flutters its wings, it moves the air a centimeter, but it results in a change in time and space beyond that you can imagine. So, one at a time, do not belittle any good, which is another saying from my tradition, Islam. Each person of you can become the change they want to see in the world. Each one of you can become the butterfly, the guardian, and together we will make the world a better place for generations to come. Thank you.